welcome. This is over chapter 7.1 and 7.2 quiz. Make sure you have your study guide ready to go, headphones on. We begin first with the heliocentric rules. Now this is not going to go like normal. All the answers are in here. You're going to have to cipher through this and work through this and figure out where these are. We're not just handing these over in order, so don't be too concerned when the first item is not the first item here on this podcast, but they are all located. Heliocentric is a model of the solar system in which Earth and the other planets revolve around the sun. So the sun is the centerpiece and everything moves around it with the heliocentric. And it gained support when Galileo observed that Venus goes through phases similar to our moon. So we talked about that a little bit as far as in some of you had in your reflection about, if you're on the moon, what does the Earth look like? So he actually observed that Venus goes through phases similar to the moon. So that was a big piece of the puzzle to really push the heliocentric forward. And Galileo was very forward in his thinking. Geocentric, and you can see the prefix geo here, model of the universe in which Earth is at the center of the revolving planets and stars. And of course, this is a great example of a piece of information that everyone used to think was correct, but was obviously proved otherwise. Ancient astronomers, and again, just scientific knowledge can change. Move on to classifying space objects. I'm just going to kind of go through, make sure you have a general understanding of these. Asteroids or rocky objects revolving around the sun. Too small, too numerous to be considered planets. Planetesimal. It's one of the small asteroid-like bodies that formed the building blocks of the planets. A planet, an object that orbits a star, and it's large enough to have become rounded by its own gravity, and it has cleared the area of its orbit. So it doesn't have the objects revolving around it. They've all been pulled into the planet. Next up, dwarf planet. An object that orbits the sun. It is spherical, but has not cleared the area of its orbit. Solar system. System consisting of the sun and the planets and other objects that revolve around it. A star. It's going to be a ball of hot gas, primarily hydrogen and helium, that undergoes nuclear fusion. Difference between planets. These are some of them here to pay attention to. Planets are going to be rounded, orbit the sun, and clear out its orbit. Planetesimals are building blocks of a planet. Dwarf planets are rounded but cannot clear their orbit. Stars are burning balls of gas, and galaxies. So, pretty quick here. Not a real big quiz, not a lot of information. You can also use chapter 7, pages 226 to 229, and pages 231 to 235 for help. Just 2 questions to do in the book. This is our final quiz that'll go on the chapter 3. So make sure you take a look at that also, and best of luck.